to pick basically whatever top lane champion he desires. We are going to be seeing the MF ban. We are going to be seeing the Lucian ban coming out. I think the Lucian ban is a little bit misplaced, I feel. I wouldn't be the one to blame Team Sigh's loss on the Lucian at all. There's the Bomb ban, number 3, and there's the Darius ban. So we are going to be seeing something else played.
So yeah, the Lulu first pick, it is open. Morgana's still open too, so I feel like team. Oh wait, they still have the same side this game. I thought they alternate, no?
I'm sorry?
Don't they alternate between sides, or were they able to pick?
So, because of the last minute substitution, the election was that Team Arbok, or the decision was that Team Arbok would lose first game bans, and then third game, if it got to that point, Team Sigh would have side preference.
But yeah, we do see the Lulu first pick, so now if I were them, I also want to take away Morgana, because we saw how well Team Sigh was able to utilize that Morgana. I'm actually surprised that Morgana didn't get picked up now, but it's okay just because they got Gragas Janna. Gragas Janna is also really good for them. Morgana, if they do get it on their next rotation, can be picked up either mid or top for them, so it also works out just fine. If I were though, I would definitely pick up Morgana right now in this rotation. You want to make sure you get that out of their hands. And then with the Morgana, you can pick your own hyper carry champion. You can pick Jinx, pick Tristana as well. Either one of those would be pretty good. I feel like Jinx Morgana would be the best thing to have right now. Jinx Morgana.
I have to see. Sprinkles has been playing a lot of Jax, and of course Jax is a champion that's very strong, especially with the recent Rage Blade adjustments. Of course, it got nerfed in the last patch, but even then, it's still pretty good. Sprinkles, of course, takes his build to the next split pushing level by rushing, I believe his order is Rage Blade into Gunblade.
Oh, Gunblade, yeah. I've seen that before too.
Rage Blade, Gunblade, and then I'm not sure if he still goes Trinity after that or not. But he definitely does that, and he definitely focuses on only split pushing. So, gonna be interesting to see how that one works out. As we do see the young Kog'Maw getting picked up. So we have seen Team Sigh show a little bit of a Juggernaut, should we say, mastery? Some Juggernaut mastery. They have ran the comp and variations of it a few times this ILO split. So it looks like that's what they're going to be looking to round their team out as. I'm a little hesitant just to see it, just because it allowed for the Lulu pick, first pick. Okay, here's my issue. Here's my issue with the Juggernaut, right? Is Team Sigh had side preference, so they could have gone blue side if they wanted to. The Gragas wasn't going to be picked over, and I really don't think they were going to steal Janna either. Nobody was going to play Kog'Maw. Maybe Nautilus, but that's, that can be supplemented, right? I think Team Sigh should have picked the blue side, first pick Lulu, and if it got banned, then that's fine. Then you still first pick the Janna or whatever mid laner it is that you're going to play. Lux is fine. So it's basically a Juggernaut comp with a decent front line, Gragas, Nautilus.
And then you have a mid laner that scales decently into mid game. Though I felt like they could have picked a different mid laner. I feel that they should have picked one that offered more damage in this regard. Like, when coming to mid laners that are have early to mid game scaling, I feel that could consider Brand just because you have a lot of self peel and protection. So Brand actually would not have been banned right here just of damage alone. I feel that Anivia could have been a potential other pick because she's very safe, offers a lot of good protection as well.
I'm looking, so I'm just analyzing both these comps. Neither one of them really falls off. Kog'Maw just gonna get ridiculous late game. Lux as well does really good damage late game. The ultimate alone will basically one shot into the Matrix if he's not careful. Same with SNR. Um, you got Lulu support, which of course isn't as potent as Lulu mid, right? The shields are gonna absorb less damage. The ultimate's gonna give less health, etc. But it's still Lulu, right? It's still Lulu. It's still
Yeah, one
very
thing to note though is that when you look at the bot lane matchup as Kog'Maw against Jinx, it could have been worse in terms of bot lane matchups for the Kog'Maw, because that's the thing about his rework, that his early game is a lot worse now. So
right.
him laying against Jinx isn't too bad in terms of what else he could have laid against. Could have been Callista, could have been Corki, could have been a lot of worse picks for him.
Wouldn't if it was just a straight up fight, right? With just the AD carries walking at each other and autoing, Kog'Maw win that by activating his cap attack speed
Against these two champions, you mean?
against just like Jinx, right? Like Kog'Maw and Jinx, if they're allowed to auto each other, wouldn't Kog'Maw win just because he can shoot so many autos faster?
Yeah, I feel he would win.
Yeah.
Granted, if like Jinx is like in minigun form, because obviously if she could use her rockets, she would want to be like as far away as possible. But if it was just like auto attack battle, I feel like Kog'Maw would win it, because one of the things you want is just an AD carry champion that has like a lot of burst damage, so that he can't have the time in order to get out all his DPS. Which is another reason why he's pretty good into Ezreal.
SNR opting for that lens. Certainly interesting. Perhaps he's afraid of the light binding. Perhaps he's afraid of the Nautilus passive route. But regardless, he's going to be rocking that as well. But yeah, so Jack scales very well. Jinx, of course, so hyper carry Jinx scales very well. Azir scales very well. They have the Lulu support. They have decent early game with Vi. Definitely some good engage as well. A very balanced, healthy, flavorful comp from Team Arbok. I really like it a lot, actually. Of course, it is a little bit on the weak side early, although not significantly. Of course, you don't have things like the likes of Braum or Pantheon, but still works out. And on the flip side, however, the team fight from Team Sigh is just as devastating. A very strong front line, very good peel all across the board. And while Kog'Maw is maybe not in the best of positions right now in his play history, he's definitely still a very potent threat if left alone. Definitely something to watch out for in that regard. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be getting into the loading screen here, and then hopefully shortly thereafter, we will be entering the Rift. But we want to thank you all for tuning in today and watching this great match that we have between these two teams. And thank you all so very much for your support. But on the blue side, we are going to be introducing once again Team Arbok, for those of you just entering. It's going to be Sprinkles in the top lane, NYC Tunes in the jungle. Mid lane is going to be SNR, AD carry, Enter the Matrix, and Oshiro Shiro on support. And excuse me. Team Sigh will be on the red side. In the top lane, TS Greed, jungle TS Sloth, mid TS Sloth, AD carry TS Wrath, and support YOLO Gucci Swag. And once again, I ask that all of you look really closely and figure out who on Team Sigh is the outlier. If you ask me, I think it's TS Lost. Something about that guy, man. Something about that guy.
But yeah, it seems like it's gonna be standard lanes right here, as we have. They can potentially meet each other at mid. We have Gragas seeing the sprinkles, so Lux is gonna try to kill this war, but you know, not enough attack speed, so he's just gonna stand on top of it still.
That's not what the song says
The ultimate DM.
at all.
Got the free gold. Got the money.
I'm too used to your fucking bullshit.
Gonna be interesting to see how these junglers meet up in a straight out fight. As long as Vi connects with her Q, she should win the one-on-one against the Gragas.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Gragas does enough damage just because Gragas is more like burst, whereas Vi has like a little bit of extended damage just because of the W passive.
Exactly. So I would expect CS Lust to be hesitant to gank early. I would say, unless of course you know exactly where you can like the teams is. Because the worst thing in the world, right, would be for Gragas to initiate a gank. And then,
Oh, I think the Calm actually started Q level 1. Interesting.
yes, he did. He started what is it? Spittle, caustic spittle.
Weird. Maybe that was a mistake, because I could have sworn it's W level 1.
I actually don't play Cosmo. So W is the Bioarcane Barrage. That's the thing that makes him attack longer, farther range, and faster, right? I do believe so, yes.
You know, going to the Champs League game, I'm actually surprised that they went for an all-this pickup again. Because I feel it's just lacking in too much damage that they kind of need in a sense. Especially in a composition like this, I feel like maybe it would have been better to have picked one of the better tanks in mid lane. I think, I mean in top. I think Shen probably would have been better when you think about it.
I suppose you would come in because I'm just thinking about the suggestion, and you still face the same issue, right? I mean, oh, hang on a minute. Sprinkles eating yet another gank does receive the body slam, but it would not be forced to flash.
Yeah, because then at least if Jax does go for a split push attempt, you can use your ult to get to your team and then just TP back to tower if need be. And then I think Jax actually has a poor matchup into Shen. I don't remember exactly, but I think Shen actually is decent against him. Like early game wise, like obviously Jax scales up to a point where you could just like fight Shen.
That's true.
A lot of trading happening in the mid lane, but the Sloth has no mana right now. He's trying to fight against the Azir soldier.
Sloth needs to be very careful not to extend the trades. Like, he shouldn't even be really trying to go in for an auto attack. The best case scenario would just be landing your light binding and singularity, and then just sort of walking away, right? Because the longer you extend the fight, then the more in favor it is to Azir, just because you, by the nature of the soldier. We're going to be seeing the Enter the Matrix and Ushihiro pushing the the team side bot lane underneath the turret. So we still are going to be seeing TS Rat struggling a bit here on the Kog'Maw. Perhaps it was that choice in ability at level 1 that really did make him suffer that much, as we see SNR really putting on the hurt onto TS Sloth. TS Sloth running that teleport, so he does not have that combat summoner, but he is just going to be backing now. So you can teleport back.
Yeah, we have Lush just took Scuttlecraft, so it seems he's trying to look for a gank onto the Azir right now. Now Azir does have Flash and Cleanse up, but the Cleanse does get used, and has a fight happening in the bottom lane, and he actually had to use a splash. He couldn't quite see it just because the fight is happening in the bottom lane, but Azir did flash. As you can see, the early game problems are showing up themselves. You even have the Kalma actually went for Adoran's shield instead of Adoran's blade. Just because of how bad that late game has gotten. Then we have a gank in the top lane with Sprinkles. Actually, Demon has to flash and just jumps back over to Gragas despite taking a little bit of damage. And then Sloth is recalling. I'm surprised he recalled. I guess he was just really too low on mana.
Didn't he just use his teleport? Didn't he just go to lane?
Yeah, he didn't use his teleport. Oh wait, no, he used his teleport before, but now he's walking back to lane.
What?
Weird.
Did we miss a trade? We must have missed a trade.
I don't know, like when I saw him, I felt like he had enough HP to keep staying in lane. Just not enough mana, I guess. Yeah, that's why.
He blew his entire mana pool just to do something. Okay, interesting. Regardless, still no first blood. Both summoners out of SNR have been pulled out. Shiro trying to be as aggressive as possible onto TS Craft, making sure that the Kog'Maw, the most fragile cog wheel in the machine, is going to be suffering. As you see the continuing trades into those.
Ooh, a nice little out trade between the supporters just because the Eye of the Storm Shield grants the extra AD. And there's the blue up transfer going over to Sloth. Has another blue up going over to SNR as well. But yeah, despite the pressure that Lush is trying to apply on the map with those Gangsta's Grogs, nothing much else is really happening. Yeah, it's actually another very slow game. I think this has to be the slowest game I've ever seen so far in ILL.
Well, to be fair, we're looking at two pretty good scaling times. So I suppose neither team really wants to try to, perhaps make a play that could end disastrously.
Yeah, I think what's going to probably decide this game is just how the skirmishes come out, because that's what we saw in the last games, right? Where there are these like 2v2 and 3v3 skirmishes between top, mid, and jungle that have been happening. We have this support 1v1, supportal combat boys.
Oh my god. Here's the concern though, right? You have two 80 carries that scale really well, right? So they somewhat balance out. You have two mids who scale really well, right? So they somehow balance out. You have a top laner, Jax. With the Azir using the dash and the Emperor's Divine, not Sloth backing as a teleport, getting channeled with Sloth flashing over the wall as SNR is a little caught on the depth charge. Finishes him off as well. That's first blood going over to Greed as the anchor lands him to Tunes. The Zephyr Soul comes out as well, and then there's the flash knockup, and Tunes goes down as well. So, the Super Mega Death Rocket with 50 health manages to survive. Okay, so there was a very, very, very big issue mechanically with what just happened. It was a great engage by SNR. However, after the engage, NYC Tunes flash and use his Vault Breaker, which was fine. But he immediately, he missed an auto attack. Okay, my reasoning is this: TS Sloth was one auto attack from death, and I'll explain in a minute after TS Sloth getting Sprinkles.
Oh, seems he's a little trouble right here. He does not have. He does use his jump, but he does have access to Flash still. Flash is an anchor.
So he'll be okay. Okay, so everything went wrong because TS Sloth lived with 40 health, right? One auto attack and he was dead. The issue is that in between NYC Tunes' Vault Breaker and Assault and Battery, he didn't auto attack. He just used the ability.
Interesting.
So he missed an auto attack. That's number one. Number two is SNR missed an auto attack on TS Sloth. He auto attacked the minions instead, and I don't know if that's because he thought Sloth was dead or because it was a misclick, but he missed an auto attack there, so Sloth also got away from that.
Man, it's so unfortunate when you see your opponents live with 30 HP.
But hey, man, sometimes you gotta put in all the effort to make it happen. But regardless, as I wanted to mention before, Sprinkles, no matter how this, let's just assume that this game goes really late and that both teams can scale. Sprinkles may not be able to kill TS Greed underneath a turret, but he will be able to just take the turrets down without TS Greed being able to do anything. Because as soon as Sprinkles just picks up even a Spectre Spell, that's it. All of this Nautilus's damage is going to be negligible completely.
Oh, we have Lust coming in, trying to see if he can do something as SNR, trying to dodge the slow from the Singularity. But yeah, you know, I think the world would be a better place if we just solve all our conflicts with support 1v1s. You know, you pick Janna, and I pick, I don't know, who would be a fun support 1v1 against Janna with? I think Tarek would be hilarious to watch. Alistar would be pretty hilarious to watch too. Have you ever seen a team fight happen where at the end of it you only have the support standing and then they just try to like fight each other to get the ace for their team? And one team's like, we had the better support, guys, we won.
Not a very long time. Usually, if that scenario does arise...
Oh, with Teleport getting channeled over by TS Sloth as Lust comes in with the explosive cast as Matrix tries to flash over the wall, or actually doesn't even go for the flash over the wall, but gets knocked back by the Flash Monsoon over by YOLO, and that is good dead Matrix.
I'm very confused as to why he held onto his flash for that long. It was a good... Okay, so...
maybe he thought that...
Fine.
Maybe he thought that they were going to be over. Like, I don't know. Because I'm wondering if he was going to flash overall, he probably would have did it already. But I guess it was kind of better in the long one that he held onto his flash, because then YOLO used his flash to get him back. So who knows? Probably been better to hold onto your flash, I guess. It used a lot of things for him. It was the Monsoon, explosive cast, and 2 flashes, and a teleport too. There's actually a lot of resources used for that play.
Well, in the end, I guess it worked out, right?
Yeah. And then we have the Kog'Maw with the finished Rage Blade. Now that's one of his major power spikes. Now the popular ability you see for now is Rage Blade into Runon's Hurricane, a lot of attack speed and attack damage as well. We have Sprinkles taking a little bit of damage, but he just pops his Corrupting Potion as he tries to finish a Rage Blade of his own.
It's just that typical bomb timer, right? As soon as the Jax, it doesn't matter how far behind, you can feed 4 times, right? Just as soon as he gets the Rage Blade, that's it. He might not,
or one item even. Like, as soon as he gets one item, it's really ridiculous.
He might not still win lane. Like, if he's really behind, the Rage Blade won't make a difference between him and his lane opponent. But what he does allow him to do is just split push like a monster. YOLO Gucci Swag trying to do his best for his teammate, though. Enter the Matrix. Gonna be taking the brunt end of that trick, however, as TS Lust encounters NYC Tunes in the top side.
Mitch is trying his best to take out the outer tower as Raph is really low health. He won't be able to do much unless he just has Janna just give him the heal from a Monsoon right then and there. Oh, he gets hit by the Dark Binding anyways as he still uses his dash. This could be the end of him, and it is. A solo kill going over to TS Sloth. As we have an aggression happening in the bomb lane for TP getting channeled by Sprinkles as he looks to stun Sloth Greed, which he does, and Greed does get sent up a bit, but entering Matrix sent a Super Mega Death Rock, and Sprinkles has forced the flash away as by happening right here between Sloth, Lust, and Tunes as Tunes gets caught and dies over to Sloth.
This is pretty dangerous. Sloth and Lust can move down here. They know that Sprinkles is really low.
Right now it is 0-5 in Team Sigh's favor as they are able to get what they need from their double teleport usage. You know, it's like I keep mentioning before, you gotta keep track of whose teleport is up and whose is down. you can't quite go for these solo kills in lane unless you know that they have no help coming from them, right?
Absolutely true. Singularity and Light Binding are going to be missing here as TS Sloth still sticking around. He does have that blue buff. He can definitely try and go again. However, I would not recommend it as the rest of Team Arbok are going to be arriving. Does miss once again the late Singularity combo. And we'll decide to pull back. SNR 115 CS 0 and 2 after trying to make a hero play in the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, unable to do so. And as a result, has been falling behind TS Sloth. Despite only a 10 or so CS difference, is behind by 3 kills, significant amount of gold. In fact, it's about a 1,200 gold. But we do see the Rage Blade coming out of Jax, and we are going to be seeing the Merc Treads shortly thereafter. As Team Arbok is going to be looking to posture around this mid lane turret. Oh, sure, taking a lot of damage from the Thunderlord's proc. TS Lust putting on the beatdown with the good old classic body slam drunken rage. Barrel roll.
Striker's looking to fight Greed up in the top lane right here. Has that Rage Blade now. One of the best things about Jax has a lot of hybrid damage coming out from him. It's both physical and magic damage, so it's very hard to itemize against that.
Especially with the Rage Blade proc, dealing even more magic damage.
Exactly. Just look at it right here. As Greed tries to do an extended fight against Sprinkle, it's not going to end up really well for him. He probably should have gotten, maybe should have considered getting a Frozen Heart just to reduce the attack speed.
That would have been ideal. Yeah. Frozen Heart, Ninja Tabis.
Actually, maybe even Merc Tread just gets a bit of magic resist on top of that.
Oh, I was gonna say. Frozen Heart, Ninja Tabis, Spectre Scowl.
Oh yeah, that sounds good too. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Because while yes, absolutely 100% true, the magic damage is pretty.
Yeah, I was just thinking Merc Tread just because it'll be like a little cheaper, along with getting the Frozen Heart.
I would imagine though that in the long run, the 10% damage from like auto attack.
Oh, we have Yellow Swag coming out to help with this.
The exotic Howling Gale from downtown.
There's also the Eye of the Storm Shield too, so it won't be able to kill him all that much. Also held back on the ulti too, which was good because the ulti was not needed for that. But yeah, this is 06. This is incredible how Team Sigh was struggling in the last game, but now they got what they wanted, right? They have this Gragas that's able to do a lot of early game pressure. The Kog'Maw had a hard time in the laning phase, but he didn't die though because he had a lot of help from his team. The double teleport helped their AD carry during the early game, and now he'll be able to scale up a bit in the mid to late game to come because the Hurricane Rage Blade Kog'Maw is actually pretty strong. It's gonna be interesting to see what Team Arbok decides to do because there's one thing I disagree with this whole series. I feel that Toon should have played a jungler that wasn't Vi. I feel that the Vi pick just wasn't great. It's yeah, you're diving into them with your assault and battery, but not exactly doing much after that. As you can see, he's always like dying after, or even then not able to quite get a pick for his team even with it. So it'd probably been better to have gotten a different jungle pick, like potentially Lee Sin, if you want to keep up with early game pressure. Style would have been good because you go from your early game pressure transition into a nice tank with a decent initiative, the flash knockup. Elise would have been pretty good too. But yeah, it's hard to say that. It's unfortunate that he didn't pick a different jungle champ this series. Ooh, just misses that light bunny. That light bunny hit, that probably would have been the end for him. Ooh, Zap lands, and will this be his anti-follow? No, they won't because the Singularity's slow.
I'm sure SNR is going to be a little bit more hesitant to be doing the Shurima shuffle engage just to avoid what happened last time.
Yeah, I think it'd be better for him if he doesn't try doing a zero insect, just because if he does, it opens himself up to getting hit by either Gragas or Kog'Maw damage.
They're going to be seeing how optimal this siege is going to be working out though from the side of Team Sigh as they try and make their best effort.
Oh, he gets Zero Insect onto Lust, who flashes out of the wall as the fight keeps going on Rhino with his tunes going in for the Assault and Battery, but he falls shortly after. Animatrix uses a Summoner Heal as they all group up for the laser from Lux. And that is 2 for nothing.
Yep. And sure.
This could be a potential 3rd kill too.
Ooh, almost goes down, but we'll manage to get away with the skin of the teeth. So essentially the issue there was that the Streamer Shuffle engagement only caught TS Lust.
Yeah, it only caught one person.
That
and
might
then
have been okay, right? But then TS Lust flashed, and then that's it. What should have happened after TS Lust flashed over the wall is just disengage, right? Just completely reset, back away from the fight. I'm referring to Team Arbok. Just back away from the fight.
You know, I'm actually surprised that the Assault and Battery wasn't used on Lust sooner. Like after he does a Zero Shuffle play onto a target, and you see that as that one target, I feel like it should just unloaded everything he had onto that one target. Could have gotten a potential kill out of that situation.
It can also. Ooh, Springo's going to be canceling the dredge line. Forces the anchor, or excuse me, forces the flash.
It's going to be the Random's Omen coming out from Scree next. As Team Arbok is going to take the tier 1 tower away. They can't even because they have the 3 people defense right here from Lust, YOLO, and Gree. And it seems they're going to look to make an aggressive play right here. Oh, Anchor doesn't land, unfortunately.
Spooky Ghost just want to hug somebody, show them their love. SNR pushing out the mid lane though, trying to do his best to keep up NCS and propel his team.
Keep in mind, this is free farm for Kog'Maw right here. You have Raph in the bottom lanes looking to get the tower and even get some more farm on top of that.
Another tax lead is always so funny. SNR gonna be eating the Lux Final Spark there as she...
Oh, actually, instead of it being Runon's Hurricane, he's actually getting Nashor's Tooth next.
How do you feel about that?
I feel that Runon's Hurricane is a lot better just because it gives you just stats that any carry wants in general. You have the increased attack speed, the attack speed spread too, which also helps out your damage output in fights because it's AoE, and then you get crit chance on top of that. Compared to Nashor's Tooth, where it gives you ability power you don't need, it gives you CDR you don't need either, and along with the Nashor's Tooth, you also get. Oh, it has another. Oh yeah, it's like bonus on hit damage, right? Yeah, you don't really need that much.
So, I don't play a lot of Kog'Maw, but I would imagine is attack speed really that valuable on him? I understand as an AD carry, of course, it is, but in regards to his ability to just cap his attack speed whenever, like, on the ability fly, right? Wouldn't that just make raw damage better?
Well, the thing is that apparently with more attack speed, it just makes him scale very well with it just because he doesn't really need that much AD to back it up, just because he's just, like, attacking so much over a short period of time. And I'm looking on a champion.gg, and I see, oh, well, we have Tunes. He got the dragon, but he falls to the sloth shortly after, unfortunately. But when it comes to like Kog'Maw builds, I see Rage Blade with Berserker shoes into Runon's Hurricane, then they get Blade of Ruin King and Last Whisper. So apparently his 4-item core is Rage Blade, Hurricane, Blade of Ruin King, and Last Whisper. And I feel that for a last time, could probably go for a Mercurio or a Bloodthirster for increased defensive stats. Because I feel like you would want a BF Sword item somewhere in there.
Right.
But yeah, it's 0-9 right here for Team Arbok right here as they are down 3k, so still a chance of a comeback, but it's going to be very, very difficult for them to do it. They do have the win condition of 5th dragon though, because they have 2 dragons right now. If they can like hold out for the next 15, I'm not 15, well, they can hold out for the next 18 minutes.
Zero to 9 though, and yet Team Arbok still not afraid to try to at least siege this turret down and try and get some pressure across the map. They just need to buy time for Sprinkles to get his split push on, right? Because it'll get to the point where TS Greed cannot deal with the Jax split push, and then that's when they will get the pressure. See, there you have it, for example. It'll get to the point where the Nautilus just cannot keep up with the Jax. And it's not necessarily about killing the Jax or the Jax killing Nautilus. It's more just about the fact that the Jax can just take a turret whenever he feels like it, if left alone.
Oh, the Binding Lance.
Oh.
And it's supposed to cast Nos Matrix back, who flashes away as SNR takes a lot of damage from the Karma. He uses his Cleanse, but it does not help. Cleanse does not help you against damage, especially auto attacks.
I feel that the Emperor's Divide was just way too late.
I feel that it was kind of wasted, if you will, just because they didn't really do anything much when you look at it. And it looks to be a potential Baron as they gonna go to kill Sprinkles. And then Baron after as Toons is in the way, so Toons actually gets hit by the body slam, and it seems it's going to be his death as well as he flashes away. Had to flash over that just because if he used his Q, he would have hit Lust and would have stopped him right there. And this is a free Baron over to Team Sigh. I think this game is going to be in the back for Team Sigh right here. They just got a lot of advantages from the lane phase because instead of going for those skirmishes that they did last game, they just straight up went for it. Hey, we're going to do what we did in game 1. Abuse the fact that we have double teleports over you, use our global pressure to fight you whenever you try to do something, and then right there they just get advantages right there. We have Baron, we have towers right now. This Baron is going to probably result in potentially 2 towers. They could potentially get a pick as well because they have the tools for it. They have Light Binding, they have Gragas Body Slamming, Explosive Cast, and then look at the carries over on the side of Team Sigh. I mean, that's Team Sigh, Team Arbok. We have Jinx, Azir. They're very, very immobile. Azir is kind of mobile with the WEQ combo, but then it's like he just used up all of his spell rotation just to get himself out of safety. So it's looking very, very badly for Arbok right now. As they are down 4.4k gold. Maybe it's about to be 5.5k gold.
Baron Power Play is going to be a huge ballooning in tempo. However, a 4,000 to 5,000 gold lead, if they can somehow, if Team Arbok can still somehow keep up the defense here, could make it, it's not insurmountable. It's definitely something that could be overcome by proper warding and proper team fighting. However, Team Sigh, credit to them, they have very good ward control, just basically in the entire top left side of the entire jungle. We're going from their red buff all the way down into Team Arbok's blue buff. Basically, the only saving grace I can see right here is that Sprinkles, once again, Sprinkles needs to just be able to get his split push on, and SNR and Enter the Matrix need to very, very carefully wait for it. They cannot afford to get caught anymore, and they cannot afford to die anymore, because if either of which happens, they're pretty much a goner. NYC Tunes, though, not sure what he was doing there, but he's gonna go down to his
Yeah, it's a big problem with Tunes right there as he just gets caught a bit with this buy pick and he's just not quite effective. And then when you look at his itemization too, we have Warrior into Triforce. That's a very squishy vibe build, and you don't even have the ability to one-shot people because if you try to do that, they get protected by Janna, they get protected by Lux, and then you just die right after because they have the burst damage to just 100 to OU.
This is a very, very tricky situation to be in. The only saving grace for Team Arbok is that the Baron buff is very close to expiring, but Enter the Matrix is just going to get sniped. SNR trying to be a hero will get the Emperor's Divide onto 3 targets, but it's just too late. Sprinkles in the top lane, unable to do much. SNR will get credit for the kill onto TS Lust. Will NYC Tunes and Oshiro Show be able to do anything? NYC Tunes currently just hanging on his inhibitor, not really doing a whole lot. There's the ping onto the Nexus turrets. Oh, and TS Green in the top lane will win the 1v1 against Sprinkles, and I think that will just about...
No, Dark Binding does land. That is going to be the end of Oshiro as Slaw flashes forward just to secure the kill, and this is going to be GG right here as Tunes falls as well, and this is going to be the end of this series and the game 3 going over to Team Sigh.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations to Team Titan of Rendell on a wonderfully well-played series. We saw pretty good team comps overall from them. Nice pick and ban phase, clearly understanding their opponent's strengths, and just overall very well played. And so they indeed will be moving on to the final tomorrow to be playing Team NYNBW. Unfortunately, Large Wiener Dogs did end up forfeiting. They did not arrive on time for their game, and their captain has currently have yet to respond.
I believe it's 15 minutes, right?